Right, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at ones to watch Dest. Now, if you guys are new to the Objective Guide series, all new objectives EA release, I go over, build a squad builder if necessary, along with some in-game examples for some tips if you're struggling with finesse goals, maybe crosses, something like that. And I also give you guys a little tips as well that can speed up the process. So yeah, let's get into it. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let's get started. Now, this one I actually completed without knowing, because I just finished a squad battles game and I loaded out and this objective was here, so I must have completed it without knowing. But it's assist 6 goals in squad battles on semi-pro difficulty or rivals while having at least 3 players with at least 80 pace in the starting lineup. Just to clarify, starting lineup, I assume does mean starting 11, alright, so it does not count for the bench, but this is very self-explanatory, in fact, very self-explanatory. Assist a goal with a through ball in 3 separate squad battle matches on at least semi-pro. If you're struggling with a through ball or not quite sure how to perform a through ball, here is an example. To perform a through ball assist, all you have to do is press triangle on the PlayStation. If you are on Xbox, then it would be Y, and all you gotta do is do the rest with the person you pass to and hope you score. Score 8 goals using Serie A players in squad battles, once again on semi-pro, or you do have the option to do it in rivals if you want. If you're trying to like grind rivals, if you've got a Serie A side, you most definitely could do this, and you'll probably just get him done whilst grinding rivals. But if you do want to do it in squad battles as well, obviously that makes a lot of sense. And lastly, you've got win 5 squad battle matches on at least semi-pro difficulty, or once again you can do it in division rivals, whilst having at least 3 La Liga players and at least 3 Serie A players in your starting lineup. Lads, let's get into the squad builder and then we'll get into some tips and tricks. Right, so when it comes to the squad builder, you need 3 Serie A players and 3 La Liga players. Now, obviously, with squad building and with chemistry this season, this FIFA, you can have literally anyone in any position, and even if they are on 0 chemistry, even if I played out of position, right, and they have like an exclamation mark next to the name, it's still impossible for them to get minus chemistry points or worse stats, affected stats in game like last year. Therefore, what I have done is I put in some Serie A and La Liga players that I think are good enough for you guys to use, and what you can simply do is just fill in the rest of the squad with some players, like basically the whole defense line, just fill that in with your current defense line. Obviously, the more chem points you get for a player, the better, but for example, for myself, I'd go ahead and search my left back in my club. Once again, it does not have to be from the same league as anyone else. You'll just probably want to choose the best one in each position. I've got Varane here, my Kimpembe, which I mean, they do link with each other as well because they are French, so you guys can just go ahead and choose all of your best players. Once again, do not worry too much about chemistry, because as I said, it is impossible for anyone to get minus chem. It's literally, they all start at 0 chem, or it's a massive bonus, and they get, you know, some chemistry boosts in game. As you can see, we're at 23 out of 33 chemistry stars, and it's just me filling out the rest of the team with some of the players in my club. So you guys will do the same, but let me get rid of this and have it how it was. So this is what it will look like for you after you buy the players, and you'll just simply go ahead and fill in the rest of the positions. Now, our 2 strikers, we've gone for Lewis and Muriel, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced, along with Caputo. Now, Muriel, I think, is around 1.5 to 2,000 coins, whereas Caputo, on the other hand, is literally discard 700 coins. He's not bad, not the fastest, solid shooting, and some okay dribbling with some nice agility as well. Left mid, we have gone for Lookman. As you can see, he is Serie A. He's 4-star, 90 agility. He actually looks like a very good card. So I've got 2 Serie A strikers, Serie A left mid. As for the La Liga players, we've got Camavinga as our centre mid. We've got Porto. We'll click on the name if you want to see it. Porto as a right mid, and in net we have gone for Alex Romero. Now, once again, we've got the 3 La Liga players, we've got the 3 Serie A players. You don't have to use the same players, but I think these are, you know, they'll do the job. They're relatively good, not too expensive, and relatively meta. And the thing about it as well, make sure you do have Serie A attackers, because you do need Serie A goals. You do not need La Liga goals, you just need to play games with at least 3 La Liga and 3 Serie A players in the squad. But the Serie A players, you need goals, which is why we've gone for 2 Serie A strikers. So let's say you've filled the team out, you've filled in the missing positions with the best player in that position in your club. Now, what do you want to do to maybe boost your performance, make them a little bit better, maybe help you win some games? Now, we've got 2 tips for you guys today, and then we're also going to jump into a third tip, which I guess you can class as a tip. Now, it's going to be a squad battles tip, alright? Now, tip number 1, lads, is going to be the bench. You only need to go into the game with the free La Liga and free Serie A players. I'd recommend keeping your Serie A strikers on though, because you need Serie A goals, and if you sub them off, then you'll have no Serie A players to get the goals with. But as for the La Liga players, you can sub them off. So I'd go ahead, go onto the bench and fill it up with your best players in your club. I'd probably stay away from using your loans. You want to keep your loans as they're quite valuable, and you'd probably want to use them for friendlies where it will not count towards their games. But you want to put your best players on the bench. Remember this FIFA as well, lots of people have forgotten, you can have up to 5 substitutions instead of 3. So I'll be able to go into a game like this, sub on my Benzema. Once again, I probably wouldn't sub on 2 strikers. You always want a Serie A striker on the pitch, so you've still got someone to score those Serie A goals for you. Probably sub on maybe my Varane. I say Di Maria is probably barely better than Porto anyway. I'd want to sub on my Vinicius at right mid would be nice, something along those lines, right? So tip number 1 is the bench. Now tip number 2 is going to be chemistry styles. When it comes to chemistry styles, we have got players on 1 out of 3 chemistry points, like say Caputo and Camavinga. In my opinion, there is no point putting a chemistry style on them, because I've only got 1 chem point and it will affect basically nothing. The players that do have 2 chem points, you could definitely chuck some chemistry styles on. Go ahead, go to apply consumable and just chuck on. If you've got lots of them, you can, just choose which one you want to put on best. I'd avoid using the special ones. Obviously, you guys know how that works. They are valuable. But you've got snipers, finishers, deadeyes, marksmen, etc. for your attackers. Maybe some, an engine, maestro for your midfielders. Once again, this is just going to be for the players. Maybe that's 2 out of 3 chemistry points or more, because otherwise, in my opinion, it's not really worth it. Once again, with a new chemistry system, anyone in your lineup, it is impossible for them to get minus chemistry, which is a massive, massive W from EA. So you've built up your team, you've filled in the missing positions with the best players in your clubs. You've got note of your substitutions, get 5 of the best subs you can sub on, get some chemistry styles on the players with, once again, 2 or more chem points. Now, when you come over to the squad battles, you will have to play it on at least semi-pro difficulty. Now, semi-pro is relatively easy, and I'll circle it on the screen. Now, as you can see, you have the option every, I think, 10 to 15 minutes, you're allowed the option to refresh your opponents. If you refresh your opponents, I'm not going to do it because I've got some games here that I need to win if I want to try and get elite. But I can refresh these, right? And then it will give me 4 other teams. As you can see, the teams here, you get given, say, an 85 rated. I think this one was a very poor team, which is why I played it on a relatively high difficulty. See, this one was only a 77 rated, and they had players out of position. So what you want to do is you want to choose the worst one. For example, we bet this one 11-0, so this was probably a really poor team as well. This one was only a 79 rated, has some players out of position. So yeah, once again, you're going to want to play the worst team every time, and let's just pretend this is the worst team. I know it's not, let's just pretend, right? And select semi-pro, and it should be easy enough. It's not too hard. Semi-pro in itself is not hard, but especially if you're choosing the worst team every single time, you'll be absolutely golden. So all in all, it's a very, very easy objective from EA. Just to clarify as well, I did not mention, ones to watch cards do get upgrades depending on not only Dest's performance, but also his club and country's performance in the World Cup. So AC Milan, he needs AC Milan, whether he's playing or not, to win 3 out of your next 8 matches, and he'll get an inform boost. Not a +1, an inform boost. So for 77, I believe the inform boost would go up to an 80 rated, I'm pretty sure. Therefore, if AC Milan won 3 out of 8 games, you'd go to an 80 rated. Then for the next inform boost, if USA, the team that he plays for in the World Cup, win just 1 game, he'll get another upgrade. So if USA can win a game, if AC Milan can get 3 out of 8 wins, then, I mean, I think AC Milan getting the 3 wins, very likely. USA getting a result of the World Cup, maybe, who knows. Once again, they've only got 3 games and they need to win at least 1 for it. Now, I mean, he's got a possible, the most he can get without him actually physically getting an inform is what, be a 83? Would it be an 83? I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong with that one. Might even be an 84. So it's probably worth getting done. He gets that AC Milan strong link to like players like Tamori, if you've got My Nan in net, something like that. It's a pretty nice, neat objective from EA. But just to clarify or do a little bit of an overview, assist a goal with a through ball. Obviously, there's an example for that, but it's once again very self-explanatory. Pressing triangle or Y if you're on Xbox. Score 8 goals using Serie A players. We have got the 2 Serie A strikers, and we've got that Serie A left mid. I think Lookman was his name. Win 5 squad battle matches on at least semi-pro, whilst having at least 3 La Liga and 3 Serie A, which once again we have ticked off. And the last one, assist 6 goals in squad battles on semi-pro, whilst having at least 3 players with 80 pace in the starting lineup. To clarify, with a lineup, usually they do mean a starting 11, and we do indeed have that one ticked off as well. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys.